Hi there, I'm Mike Gales for Everlast Nutrition, and in this video I just want to take a look at what the heck are we eating? I want to lose weight and nothing works. I watch what I eat and it still doesn't work. Yeah, I get that comment a lot. And as always, I answer with the truth, and you can trust me on this, that if you're expending more calories than you consume, you're definitely going to lose weight, because that's the only proven weight loss method that consistently works for everyone. And I know you just said that you're watching your diet, but are you sure that you know exactly what you're eating? Because the real honest truth is that most of us have completely lost track of what we eat. Most of us have no clue what we're actually putting into our mouths. And to give you an idea of how we've completely lost track of what we eat, I shot this video during the summer. I heard about this and so I wanted to give it a try. And so here I have some ice cream, and I'm gonna set it down on this picnic table right outside of my house in the country. So in the shade, yes, in the shade, it's 23 degrees Celsius. That's 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's way warmer than that over there in the direct sunlight on that picnic table. So it's a warm summer day, and I'm just gonna let this ice cream sit there in the direct sunlight, and we're gonna see what happens. Now, I'm going to fast forward this for the whole 20 minutes of footage so that I'm not wasting your time. But after 20 minutes in direct sunlight on a warm day, you would think that the ice cream would be a pile of liquid goo, wouldn't you? Well, with this ice cream, you'd be wrong. And I did speed up the footage, but you can trust me that it sat there the whole time in the sun. And it's gotten a little mushy, but it's still retaining its ice cream shape. Instead of being just a pile of melted cream, for some strange reason, it still looks pretty icy. What the heck? Pretty weird, huh? And when I scoop it up with this spoon, it still keeps its shape on the spoon, and it just doesn't drizzle everywhere. What is this, witchcraft? When I first heard about this, I was like, there's no way it can be true. But yep, it is. And the reason why I'm showing this to you is to reinforce the idea that we've just lost track. We've completely lost track of what we eat. Now, this actually sat there for about an hour before it really started to look like it was losing its shape. And I mean, I love ice cream, and I used to eat this one all the time. But do I know what's in it? What's in this ice cream that won't let it melt? Nope, I don't have a clue. But I eat it anyway because it still tastes good. And that, my friends, is the problem. My whole point is that we as a society, we've all lost track. We all have. You need to be a chemist these days to read most of the ingredients on the labels of the food that we eat each and every day. And that has become a big part of the problem. And it's not just ice cream. You can pick anything from frozen waffles to TV dinners, any canned foods, processed cheese, even potato chips. I thought they were only fried potatoes, but nope. We have no idea what we're actually consuming anymore. And we just eat it all because it tastes good and we never really question anything. We never really know what's actually in it. And I know, I've come across many people that again get very upset and tell me, well, I don't eat ice cream, I eat healthy. I don't even drink soda. All I drink is real fruit juice. And now I'm gonna chroma key my usual white background and make it black so that you can see this more clearly. And right in front of me, I have 3 different drinks. First up, I have some cola. Next up, some orange juice. Not the orange drink, but the orange juice. And finally, my personal favorite, some cranberry juice. All I want to show you is something that you may not be fully aware of. First off, I know you've seen this idea before, but maybe not exactly like this, so please just humor me. And let's take a look at how many teaspoons of sugar there are in cola. This is a can of cola, which is 355 milliliters, and that is about a real world serving size. So keep that in mind. We're not even talking about a lot of cola here. And so here we have it. I'll speed this up. 10 teaspoons of sugar. And this is what it looks like. It seems like a quarter of this plastic cup is actually sugar. And I know you're like, well, of course we were expecting that, Mike. That's cola, of course. Okay, so let's move on to the orange juice, where surprisingly there is 8.5 teaspoons of sugar. Oh no, there isn't. Oh yes, there is, my friend. The problem is that you're often misled by the serving sizes. So correct the label to match the serving size of the can of cola, which is the amount of fluid that most of us are going to drink. And you're gonna see that it really does. So you think that you're being healthier, but are you really? Because the orange juice and the cola are not as far apart for sugar content and calories as you may think. There's a big misconception because sure, juices have more vitamins and minerals, which does make them a healthier choice than the cola. But for sugar and calories, don't lie to yourself because there's not a huge world of difference. Now, I love cranberry juice and it has more sugar than the orange juice, at around 9 teaspoons depending on the company. I really have nothing against any of these drinks as I too drink the juices on occasion. I'm not really a fan of soda and so I hardly ever have that. But my go-to drink is water, 9 times out of 10. Because honestly, I find it more refreshing and hydrating. And when it comes to the calories or the sugar, well, it really doesn't have any. And I personally would rather eat more food than fill up on needless calories from my liquid. And I know many people right now are rolling their eyes because sure, they've seen this before. But what I want you to realize is that most people have a drink like this with every single meal. Many may watch what they eat, but very few people watch what they drink. And I'm going to be generous and say that you only have 2 of these a day. So 2 drinks of juice, maybe some milk, or who knows, maybe you have 2 sodas a day. But I'm gonna lowball it and let's say that you're having the OJ for 8 teaspoons of sugar at 4 grams per teaspoon. So that makes 32 grams of sugar per serving. Oh, but that's twice a day for 64 grams in total from these 2 drinks. Let's say the month has 31 days. Well, that's 1,984 grams of sugar. And the whole time, that's been the amount of sugar that's been right here next to me. Now look at this, really look at it, because that's what just under 2 kilograms of sugar looks like. And make no mistake, when people tell me that they drink fruit juices at each and every meal, are they really making a healthy choice? Because please just look at the amount of sugar that you're drinking within 1 month. And I'm not trying to preach, but all I want you to do is just be conscious of that, that's all. My goal with this channel has never been to sell you anything, but to try and help as many people as I can. And that's why I always advise to drink water, because it works and it is free. But just so you know, there are 4 calories per gram in sugar. So 2 kilograms of sugar by 4 calories each gram. Well, you divide that by 3,500 calories to form a pound of fat stored, and you're looking at 2.29 pounds of potential fat each month. And that's just what you're drinking from these fruit juices. And you're telling me that you're making a healthy choice. All that to say that you're telling me that you're eating healthy, but are we really conscious of what we're putting into our bodies? Not just the type of food, but the amount of calories. And so maybe we're not being as healthy as we think. And maybe you are eating healthy and you're still not losing weight. Well, a big factor for that is that the serving sizes are often very, very misleading. I have no clue who these serving sizes were created for. Certainly not anybody I know. So here again, like I said, we have the orange juice, and the suggested serving size is 250 milliliters on the left. And then we also have a full cup of 350 milliliters of orange juice on the right, which again is not even a lot of orange juice. It's the same volume as a can of cola. So it's not even a lot of liquid. And honestly, I would probably have double that amount of fluid with my supper. And that 250 milliliter serving size is pretty small. Next is something that I love, and that's peanut butter. And this is their 15-gram serving for 90 calories, which is basically one of those little tiny packets that you get when you go to a diner or something. Just one of those little tiny packets. Now this is a small piece of bread, and this serving size barely covers the slice. This is definitely not my serving size for sure. This, on the other hand, is 30 grams, so 2 servings, and is starting to look more like what the average person would use. And again, this is a small piece of bread, and this is also not a huge amount of peanut butter. So here on the left, you have their serving size of 90 calories, and then double that on the right for 180, which again is not a lot of peanut butter. And now the problem is that when people have a sandwich, they think, oh, it's not so bad, it's only 90 calories for the peanut butter. So you think you're having 90 calories for the peanut butter, 50 calories for the jam, and then 270 calories for 2 slices of this 14-grain bread. In most people's minds, they're thinking 410 calories for lunch is not so bad. But in reality, they're having twice the amount of peanut butter and twice the amount of jam for 550 calories per sandwich. And I'm over 200 pounds and I'm hungry. And so of course I don't only have 1 sandwich. So I'm looking at 1,100 calories for 2 sandwiches, and I haven't even had anything to drink yet. Next, and this is a really deceiving one. Here we have 3/4 of a cup of some oat cereal for 210 calories. This serving size is ridiculously small, and this is a small bowl. And I know for me, 1 serving is at least a full bowl, or maybe 2 bowls like this one, because they're not very large. And when somebody's having a bowl of cereal like this, they're thinking it's 210 calories, when in fact the bowl that you're looking at right here is way closer to 500. And be mindful, because you haven't even added the milk yet. And so those serving sizes can be very, very, very tricky. My whole point here is that people don't realize that the serving sizes are not what they think. I know I didn't. It wasn't even close. I don't know which munchkins these companies are making their serving sizes for, but I can guarantee you that they're pretty damn hungry. When I really noticed what I was actually eating is when it came to the peanut butter, because I love peanut butter, and I was buying that big 2-kilogram tub every month, which didn't really seem too extravagant to me. And I didn't think much of it until one day I looked at the label. Yes, I really looked at the label. So it's a 15-gram serving size, and that's 90 calories per serving. And I'm going through one of these every month. So how many servings is that in a month? Well, on average, I'm having about a sandwich a day. So I'm thinking on average 30 servings per month, right? So really quick, that's 2,000 grams for the container divided by 15 grams per serving. Whoa, that's 133.3 servings. What, 133? Well, I definitely didn't have 133 sandwiches, that's for sure. So again, those serving sizes are not what you think. And so how many calories is that? 12,000. Yep, 12,000 calories a month. That's 3.42 pounds that I could drop every single month if I did everything exactly the same, but I eliminated the peanut butter and had only jam sandwiches. So once again, I need to reiterate that those serving sizes can be very, very tricky. And like me, if you want to get some perspective, then think of how many cookies or chips or peanut butter, not that you eat per day, but how much of that stuff you would normally buy in a month. And then do the math and you just might be shocked. I'm not telling you not to eat the foods that you really enjoy eating. I still eat the ice cream, or I even drink the juices here and there, just not every day. My whole point of this video was to simply point out that we often think that we're eating in a certain way, or perhaps we're only eating a certain amount. But that can sometimes be very tricky. And so if you find that you started eating better, but you're still not losing weight, well then just take a quick audit of your diet. And you may just want to take a split second and really look at the labels. I mean, really look at them. And just take note of the serving size and the caloric intake. And also maybe ask yourself just how many of the ingredients on that label can you actually recognize. This has been Mike Gales for Everlast Nutrition, and if you like these videos, then please click below to like or subscribe, as we're constantly posting up great tips and new ideas, and they're all meant to get you into the absolute greatest shape possible.